welcome. If it's Thursday, it is Think Tank Thursday. And I thank you for taking time away from the frenzy of busy to just stop and think. Uh, Dorothy, I have a wonderful friend of mine, a longtime friend. We won't even talk about how long. They might get wise to our age, Dorothy, and nobody needs to know that. But I wanted to say that Think Tank, we have like a birthday Think Tank. I did the very first one on June the 13th last year. So we're a year old with Think Tank. You can celebrate that with us. How about that, Dorothy? Thank you. Thank you. Well, this is my friend, Dorothy Lewis. I met Dorothy a long time ago. Originally, we worked together with ILA, if anybody can remember that organization that far back. We were both greatly involved in education and have done a lot with rookies and newcomers. We still work together at times with that in the IAPA world. Dorothy, you've done a ton of big things in the family entertainment center industry in your career, and I'm curious to know, what the heck are you up to now? What are you doing now, Dorothy?
Well, after being in operations for over 25 years and then moved on to marketing for a large company, I decided to do my own company about 6 years ago and take care of the things that I saw over the years that people weren't taking care of properly. And that was yeah. When you have a small company, 6 years it's been.
Wow.
But I pretty much help the mom and pops in the small business. The big companies, they have departments to do that. And I find that over the years and all of the things we've done in the industry and the people we've met, they don't have a marketing department. They have one person, probably their GM, who does it all. And what we've learned over the years, especially with digital and social media, it takes more than one person that runs a whole operation in their busy day to post on social media, to do an email blast. And they get it done, but I don't think that they're giving it the time that's necessary. And that's where I come in and use my creative mind and my expertise in the business and my experience from being in the trenches and help them along with that.
Well, I know some of the best ideas I've ever heard over the last 25 years have come right from your lips, Dorothy. And
Thank you.
I absolutely have borrowed some of those very best ideas over time. And because when you're right, you're right. And when it works, it works. And I know you've got some thoughts and ideas about things that are working, might be working differently. What's going on? What's going on in your world right now with this?
Well, that's when
downs and
back in March when this all hit and businesses started to close, I said, oh my goodness, there goes my business. What's going to happen now? If people are closed, they can't afford to pay me.
Right.
And it really went the opposite direction. People were scrambling for, what do I say? How do I prepare? And it was a perfect time to revamp websites and come up with campaigns for reopening. And I've even gained business through it.
Oh, that's great.
I have a great word of mouth traveling. My media department is really my clients. And also in the last 6 years, I've gone beyond our industry and I've learned a lot, and it's all the same. We're all in hospitality. I have restaurants and event places. I have fitness studios. I have hair salons. You know, they all close too at the same time.
Yeah.
And thankfully, they're on different phases of opening, so I've been able to keep on top of it. But, you know, the common denominator is we're here to do business and we're here to come back. So that's what everybody thought, oh, wow, now she has almost like a little mini vacation while everybody's closed, and it's been the opposite.
Well, right, because you wanted to, it was paramount, right, to not just communicate, I think, with your external customers, but I would say your internal customers as well. Were you helping people navigate, what do I say to my team and things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I had good resources through some of the other associations that I work with as far as their legal departments getting us the verbiage. And IAPA has helped tremendously in giving us reopening guidelines. So we tapped into all of that to use. But the other thing is on social media, you can't lay dormant. Especially now with Facebook, your relevance drops down. Facebook says, okay, they're not important right now because they're not even talking. So there had to be ways to keep your page relevant, whether it was coming up with fun facts. You know, you had to have something up all the time. So I had to work in different directions to come up with content to keep it fresh and also let people know what was going on. People know that you were closed, but they want to know what you were doing in the background. What are you doing? How does that look from your perspective? They're interested.
Well, you did a ton of, when you and I were talking about kind of what you've been doing, you've taken a whole bunch of Facebook courses and things like that. And in the process, it sounds like you've learned a magic trick to help people as they're re-grand opening. Could you please share?
Absolutely. If you go on your business page, and Facebook is committed to helping businesses. They want them to reopen because if they reopen, then they're going to buy ads.
Yeah.
And, so they're looking to help you open. But there is some things that people don't know about. If you go on your business page and you're going to make a post, if you look down below where it says write post, right there to the left is COVID-19 update. If you post something that's relevant to your business reopening, post it as a COVID-19 update and it will go further. The reach will be tremendous. I have a client who did that. All we did is saying we're reopening soon, and it went out. The reach was over almost 6,000 today.
Oh my gosh.
6,000 for free. Now, anytime if you want to show that you're cleaning and you're sanitizing and what it's going to look like when they come back, post it as a COVID-19 update.
Oh, wow.
Don't abuse it. Not everything is related. If it's related to your reopening, and remember why we're closed, it's because of COVID-19. And that's why they put that tab in there to use periodically. But if you're going to announce that you're going to be reopening soon, use that tab as an update and post it that way, and you will see really good results.
Gosh, that is a great, I'm so tempted to show my screen so we could see exactly what you're talking about. Would you mind if I do that?
Sure.
Just because I just want to, I don't know if I can pull it off or not. I think I had Facebook open here. No, I'm one of those people that, I leave everything open so I can find it. I don't know if you do it that way or not, Dorothy, but.
Is this your are you on your?
I don't know. I'm going to go to entertainment. Yeah. And so if I go to post, what you're saying is.
What's going to pop up? Just let it populate here.
Okay.
No. Okay.
Oh,
it's right there.
Right there. And so if I click that, and then when I write my post.
Yep, and it'll prompt you what to do next. And it's
wonderful, Dorothy. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to stop share. All right. I thought that was relevant.
Also in the wording, always use the words either now opening, open soon, and reopening, because they have those robot things that are picking up on those words. Now more than ever, and they'll do you, it's almost like doing you a favor, and they'll push it through like, this is important, this is related to COVID-19 and businesses reopening, let's give them a hand.
Oh my gosh.
Use those words.
Well, if you come to Peer Talk next week, I'm going to remind, if you don't come, I'll tell them, but if you're there, I want you to tell the Peer Talk group about that. I just think that's fantastic, and I need to know right now.
Yep, and also during this time is use personal video. Don't use stock video that you can make look nice. Use your own voice. Use your just talk to the people and tell them how long you've been closed and what you're looking forward to, and how you could even say how difficult it's been to navigate all the new rules and stuff, because it's not easy. No. It's really not easy. It's putting a burden on, our industry and all businesses. So let them know what you're doing. Show them cleaning. The other thing that they're really, and there's a short window to use this, is if you make a video or do pictures of your team members that are graduating. We all know about graduation and how it's gone down, but one client did a video of all their staff that was graduating and put it up there, and you know what? Facebook loved it. They absolutely took that opportunity to give those graduates the recognition they need.
That's great.
You can do that right now and put that up before, it's June, and some graduations I know in the South are already happened, but up here in the Northeast, graduations are happening now.
Oh, so, that's great. That's great.
So
that's great.
Jump on that, yeah, because they're absolutely looking for stuff like that.
Well, that's wonderful. What else are you learning? What else are you seeing as we walk through? I know you've got clients that have gotten open. I know you've got clients that are not open. I think you maybe even have. Yeah. So what have you seen?
I do have one client that opened, and sadly to say, a week later are closed. And this was a very tough lesson. I'm not actively involved in their day-to-day operations. We do that client, we go back a while, but I didn't pay attention to their scheduling and all that good stuff. But what happened to force the closure was a staff member became infected.
Oh,
okay. Come down with the virus. Now you've exposed all your customers and your staff. And here's the lesson: when opening or getting, and I know the big guys have this, and maybe it was something they didn't share. You have to have 2 separate groups of staff, because it can happen, and it does happen. We saw that. I saw it in one of my restaurants as well.
Oh.
And if you're a husband and wife or a brother and sister, don't work the same time as each other, so one can be there at all times. And if one goes down, the other can step in. So now they're closed for 2 weeks. They have to quarantine. And today's crisis is, do we send out the email, and what does it say to tell people, if you've been there, you were exposed? And that's a very touchy area. Like, think of it from the customer's perspective. Yes, we're telling you. There was no way to see it happen. They did temperature testing of the staff and the guests every day. And it goes down to, you can walk around without those symptoms. So, big lesson here is to plan for that happening. And I know that last week or earlier this week, somebody asked on one of your sessions, what do you do? Well, now we're doing it. So, and you can't hide it from the people that you owe it to them to let them know that happened. So it's going to get mixed reviews, but the smart people will understand that there was no way of, we had to you have to open.
Right. I have a friend in our industry who they have, I don't know, 60 plus Taco Bells or something, or 40 plus Taco Bells. And so they were able to close a location and then kind of share staff throughout other areas and stuff like that. But, a single owner, a single entity, we just don't have that luxury. I even thought about it, Dorothy, in our terms. We are certainly not going on site. Training right now. I could ask you how you're handling this. We're not planning on sites until maybe not any earlier than August or September. And then when we do, we feel as if once we go that I wouldn't send that particular coach or trainer for 2 weeks to someplace else. Even my personal situation here at home, I have a wonderfully thriving non-Hodgkin's lymphoma groom that is in that fight, and the oncologist said, if you travel, you will need to quarantine away from him for 2 weeks when you come home. Right. So what are you looking at? Because I know you and I both travel a ton.
My travel is going to slow down to almost a halt this year. Luckily, what I do, I can do digitally and online, and with calls like this. We're lucky to have these avenues. Think about 15 years ago.
I know. Yeah.
This is a luxury to be able to meet like this. So, but personally, I'm not traveling out of my 200-mile radius. I'm certainly
Right.
not flying.
Mhm.
You know, we have a 1-year-old here at home.
Okay.
And I have to think about, you know, him too.
Yep.
So yeah, no, I'm looking at 2021 before I
There
do
you go.
that.
Well, right. And we're, you know, I've worked with several other vendors in our industry, and people are looking very closely at what can I do where we can drive, and when does it make more sense to simply drive them fly and things like that. So I do own some airline industry stock, so I am hoping all that, and I want to go on a cruise. Like, I'm an avid cruiser.
I know.
So I'm looking forward to all of those things kind of going back to normal. Well, what else do we need to be thinking about, Dorothy, as you kind of navigate and wade through? Your heart has always been to, like, I wonder if you sleep at times, because you're always thinking, and you've always got like 72 ideas when it comes to marketing and kind of what to do next. So is there anything else we must know today?
I think going forward, we have to stay connected through our social media, not just for what's on sale, what we're selling, what new attraction we have, something that's going to keep them engaged and keep them engaged on their children's level. Be the source for entertainment on your Facebook page or on your website. So that is a reason to go. I think my personal thought is people aren't going to be visiting as much. I don't think they're going to be taking the 2 times a month visits. Those things might be less. Think about people that have been out of work. So they might not have those entertainment dollars to come as often as they did before. So I think rather than just let them lay out there, you know, then give them something to look for, whether it be some fun tips, whether it be coloring pages or a contest beyond your everyday. Here's where we have to add to our business now.
Okay.
And that's engagement. That's keeping them wanting to come back to your site and your page, even though they're not coming.
Yeah, it's like in my mind, it's like a super call to action, right? Engagement is if they do something, if they interact, if they play something, if they even, you know, I know one of the vendors, one of our partners is doing like a digital wallet. So if they can physically do something with you without even being there, I think it makes a big difference.
Yeah, a virtual visit, you know,
I love it.
It'll be in between visits and maybe get something that they can lead up to their next visit. But you're not leaving them out there.
The zoos and museums in this time have done an extremely good job of that sort of thing. I don't know if you've noticed that, but would you go? Yeah, you go see a zoo visit or something, and they're showing an animal, and it's a live video, and you're really getting that experience. You know?
One of the best ones is Ripleys Aquarium in the Smokies. I've been following them because every 2 years we visit Gatlinburg for my husband's Vietnam reunion.
Okay.
And Ripleys is wonderful to these veterans and giving them a free pass to everything. So I've stayed connected with the aquarium, and they've done an outstanding job of engaging people through virtual tours and learning about their animals and swimming with the manatees and watching their penguins. It's just been amazing. And like I said,
I gotta go look at that.
Yeah, you make time. It's calming because you're in the aquarium, you're under the water. Because I always say, I don't have time for this. I'll look at it later. But you know, when I take the time, it's not very long. But to me, and watching all the other, I think they've done an outstanding job.
Oh, I will go look at that.
You'll have to go look.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of zoos, and I think I told you this before, I visited a zoo here in Connecticut yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We took our grandson to the zoo, and I did fill out the questionnaire at the end. I was kind of disappointed, but then I can't blame them. They did the best they could given the circumstances and the guidelines that the state has put through. They had so many good attractions still closed because of the touching and the closeness, and even the little things that you put your head through and take pictures, you couldn't do that. So it was kind of disappointing, but I said, well, through the eyes of a 1-year-old, he doesn't know the difference. It was his first Zoom encounter, so who knows if he'll even remember it.
Right.
But we spent more time in the car getting there and getting home than we did at the zoo.
Shoot.
So I can't wait till those kinds of things can be open again.
I know. I think it's a process, Dorothy. I definitely, I think it's just going to take time. You know, I've had two eat out experiences, and that's really all we've done so far. Jerry plays tennis. We go to the grocery store, and I do make a sonic run at happy hour often. So, but you know, I mean, it's just, I refer to it as now normal, and every day is the new now. And
it is.
It is. I'm taking time to study. We've been quite busy, and it looks like things are growing, and it's encouraging to hear that you're doing well and that your business is on track. That's awesome. Well, listen, so this is you and I could visit. You so appreciated the quick call this week, and I thought, you know what, Dorothy needs to be on Think Tank. So I thank you for coming on. You'll have to do it again later when we get away from here, because we'll get all wrapped up in being busy again. I call it the frenzy of busy, and we'll need to take time to stop and think. But before you go, I have to ask, because we ask everybody on Think Tank this signature question. You know, we're pretty obsessed in our company that if we help people grow, if people work on growing themselves, then their businesses will be better, their lives will be better, their families will be better. And so in that spirit, Dorothy, Miss Lewis, what is it that you do on a consistent basis to help you grow or to help others too?
Well, right now, I think it's important for everybody to step out of their comfort zone. And we know that growth, Tony Robbins always says, growth starts at the end of your comfort zone. Right. And this is a time that we're forced. I think we're kind of forced to be out of our comfort zone. And I tell my clients that it's not the time for baby steps. It's a time to take a leap. You know,
right.
You have to leap. Otherwise, it's insanity, and we all know what Albert Einstein says about insanity. It's doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So in this time, you're not going to get different results if you do it the way you did 3 months ago. You're going to have to do something new. So that's what we're trying to do, is reinvent ourselves to go the extra mile and take that leap.
That's awesome. So you're trying lots of new things.
Yes. And go beyond, try it. What can happen? Maybe something great. And if not, pick yourself up, dust it off, go. People forget. They forget. And they're on to the next newest thing. So try it, and hopefully you'll score. That's
awesome. Well, Dorothy, thank you so much. I really appreciate
your time. It was good to see you.
Was it good to see you? That is a fun part of this, right? We are seeing each other a little bit more.
Yes.
So, all right. I look forward to when we can see each other for realsies.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Take care.